can't.
Yeah.
What's he?
Yeah. And I mean, and then they waited until just a day or two ago to announce that they're moving the All Out start time, to a 3 p.m.
Look at you.
We're getting good at this, man. I'm liking this. This is why. Hey, people, like, share, subscribe, give us more. The more subscribers we have, the more we can do this, the better we can get at it, people. We're trying to have some fun here. It's good. But they just moved it. I mean, again, not thinking about the people involved,
this is in Toronto. For this. This is Toronto, right?
Yes, this is the one. Yeah,
you just mentioned
people traveling for this.
Yeah, okay. If you're in Buffalo, this is great because it's just a 3-hour journey. But if you're coming from like Chicago or anywhere else, you just made people 5 hours difference.
And then and so now
that's a tough call, dude.
Never mind, if they had to do a hotel at maybe they'd plan to do the yes. And then maybe they'd plan to fly in at a certain time or fly what I would think you might want to do is fly in that morning, get into your hotel, and then go to the show that evening, stay at the hotel, and then fly. So now if you're flying, I was planning to land at 12 to 1 and then check in, and the show was going to start at 6 or 7 or whatever, he just doesn't think about how it impacts the people involved with it.
Because when people go to a city, they fly in, they get an Uber, they go to their hotel, they get something to eat, maybe go down to the bar, relax for an hour or two to get acclimated with where you're at because you're in a different city, get used to what's going on, not land a plane and get an Uber to go to friggin' Skydome.
Yeah, right. No.
Right off the bat. I mean, Jesus Christ. Think about, like you said, think about your friggin' paying customer.
You gotta just throw your luggage at the hotel. Get up, I'm gonna run. There's no, Or if people had planned, like you said, it could be better if there was people that weren't sure what they were gonna do, and maybe from Buffalo. All right, so then we'll come in the night before, go to the show, and then drive home afterwards. Cool, but the amount of people that's going to affect is going to be very minimal. Most people, from at least what I've seen of people that are going, they're not happy about this being moved. And why are they moving it? So they're not competing with WWE. Well, okay, so now you're going to compete with college fucking football?
Yeah,
idiots.
It's a double-edged sword. But here's the other thing that we're not taking into account. Think about the city of Toronto. If you think about it from their end of it, you have people coming in. Okay, let's say 20,000. 20,000 people coming in for an 8 o'clock start. Then the bars take over that. When that lets out, Skydome, it's a perfect location. You go right down to the city and you're in Happy Land.
Okay. Downtown. Yeah.
No, now that's not going to happen.
Right.
Well, it's going to happen, but this is going to go from 3 until 8:30. Right. People are going to be exhausted.
Yeah.
Because now their whole day is out of whack.
Right, especially
instead of starting your drinking if you have a couple cocktails before the matches start, you're drinking at 6. Yeah, now you're day drinking. Exactly.
Right. Yeah, better have some Red Bulls in them MMFs, man.
City of Toronto bent over and took it hard on this one. I'm sorry, they really did because they're screwing them on money. Oh, nice.
So I tried to get it in before I thought you had the last line like the screwed. I was trying to this benefits no one, and doing it this late. If you were going to do this, you had to pull the trigger. What Wrestlepalooza was announced
at the beginning. Just announce it at 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
you're gonna. At this point, you have to know that when you schedule something, WWE is going to go against it in some way, NXT or somebody,
and
so just do it.
And
if you're going to do it, screw yourself.
As we've said from the beginning, I think in the first fucking episode of this goddamn show, focus on your own shit, Tony. Don't worry what WWE is doing. Don't make a comparison to them. Just like after Forbidden Door, he tried to make some sort of comparison that his contract thing wasn't the Money in the Bank and another. He can't help himself. He's always from day one, they were focused on, we're attacking WWE. We're here to compete. Get your own shit go. It's good, and people are enjoying it, and it will become competition on its own. That's how
we just left this 8 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. And not worry a damn thing about WWE. Do your own shit. don't worry about referencing them. Don't worry about competing with them. Get your own things as good as you can. Even if it's one of those things where it's like, hey, people were watching Wrestlepalooza, but you put on an amazing show. So people watch the highlights. Oh, shit, maybe I got to catch the next one. That's how you do it, as opposed to just cowering. Like this is, I don't know.
But to be honest, this probably wouldn't have happened. The time slot change anyway, if it wasn't for Dickless Dave. Because he's the one he suggested it. It was his call.
Yep.
Tony listens to Dickless.
Mr. 3% as people
30%.
Well, I was thinking that 3% what he has in the company, but 30% is his favorite.
He doesn't have it.
No, I don't think he does either. I've said it consistently. I don't think Dave has an investment in it. I just think that Dave knows Dave's investment in AEW is his audience for the Observer. The people that are still subscribing, that actually listen to him and care about what he's saying and watch the shows not as a joke and for ironic content, those people are the AEW sickos. That's all he's got.
He is hurting AEW more than he thinks he is. He thinks he's helping. He
destroying it from the inside. Yeah, the call is coming from inside the house. He's
nothing could be truer than what you just said.
Seriously, it's true. No, you're right. He's every time all he does, even when I was still, because I gave AEW a lot of chances. I went to the first AEW show they had here in Phoenix. I wanted it to be good because I love professional wrestling. I had to that was what I had to ignore Dave. I muted him at one point.
He spoils everything.
Yeah, well, and what he was saying too. Just I'm like, this isn't true. They could get better, and I forget. I went back and looked a couple of months ago, and I forget what it was. I got to go look again. I just remember calling him out on something when I was definitely still a fan of AEW. I'm like, no, you're wrong because of this, this, and this. No response, just an immediate block. And it's like that gatekeeping shit. That's where I started to be like, I don't want to be a part of this fan base. It's like all of a sudden, hey, if I if you're at a concert and you're like, I like this, and all of a sudden you're surrounded by, a bunch of Yahtzees, you're like, maybe this isn't where I want to be, Right. I don't know. I feel like there's a time and place, and that's where, you didn't want to be around Dave's weird people. And then just their audience got weirder and more gatekeepy and more, again, less pro AEW and more anti WWE, and just focus on AEW and being good. And
you're going to find out that all the shit that he suggests and like I said, he spoils everything. Right. There's no surprises in AEW anymore. Yep. Zero. You can't have a surprise. You can't.
Yeah.
Like if Brock Lesnar wasn't coming back to WWE and Tony signed him, we would have heard about it. We would have known when it was on. We would have known everything already. And
it would have been no. And yeah, exactly. And then, he can't even and I wish I should have pulled it, but I saw a quote that he was like, we think AJ Lee is coming back to wrestle to WWE, but we're not sure. Because he can't. Oh my God. He can't get anything right or with it. And clearly she's coming back. Have you not, did he not watch Raw? Did he not watch?
They got all signs pointing in the right direction.
Right.
The question is when.
When? No, and that's what I'm saying. Her in-ring return is going to be at Wrestlepalooza. It's clear. Now, will she come out and cut a promo or do whatever? We are only a couple hours away from SmackDown airing live from Chicago. I would be surprised if she doesn't at least have some sort of, even if it's at the end where they just show her. I don't know. It's in Chicago. They live in Chicago.
Becky Lynch is starting the show tonight. So
is she?
Yeah.
Okay, then come on. I don't know.
Unless I'm wrong, unless my information was wrong.
Hey, no, I'm going.
And by information, I mean what I seen online, folks. I'm sorry.
Hey, WWE is usually good about posting those type of things, so they want people to be excited about it. And they got what they wanted out of it. They're drawing people's attention. I mean, they posted this a month ago where they had the rise of AJ Lee again, putting stuff on the WWE vault, building it up on the building up the library, but. You put that out there. You didn't announce it. They don't say much about it, but if people want to look into it,
right,
or talk about it, because that's the thing about it, and we might as well talk about it. Where what she was as a professional wrestler. It's one of those. So
you and I are different here a little bit,
and that's fine. I love that when we can have a civil conversation and disagree and still be friends and still be cool about it, because that's who we are. That's what I love about what we do with our channel. But some of the things about what she was. especially in that era. Like, that's why I like this picture, because it has that butterfly title. Let's be real. What was good wrestling wise, in ring wise, about any of what was going on with that title? Like when Charlotte got it and then they got rid of it, that might have been the only thing, because they were 3-minute matches, 2-minute matches. Like, it wasn't anything that was going to be. But what I thought she always did very well was make a connection with the audience. She was great on the mic. Some of her promos, especially when she was being a bitch and cutting back at people, I enjoyed it. Now, it was a long time ago, so maybe I'm looking at it back with, nostalgic eyes. I do want to watch this rise of her before, at some point before. I don't know if I can catch it in before SmackDown tonight, but I want to see, because I've seen a lot of these type of things where, classic Ryan Satin hot take, but I always thought she was super overrated because, he hates CM Punk, or, the other one up there. Yeah. What's up?
I don't hate CM Punk, but I would. She was not super overrated at the time. I think she's become super overrated now. This is me talking, because I never thought she was that good. And
but who was that?
That's the thing. This whole era of women's wrestling was blech.
So, and that's
I didn't like. I mean, I get the connection with the fans, but the female talent during this is just my opinion.
You're good. No, I love it. No, because
I never thought AJ Lee was that good. I never thought Michelle McCool was that good. That whole era they weren't good. They were there for one reason.
Yep.
Like you said, it was 3 to 5 minute matches. They were there to show their body, and that was it.
And
so their in-ring work, the in-ring work was never a thing.
Right
now, unless something has changed and she's done things, we'll see. That's fine.
That leads into perfect. I love you. Thank you for that segue, because here's the difference, and here's what we're gonna see. We saw Nikki Bella come back, and she cannot hang with the current era. Let's see what happens with AJ Lee. Yeah, but we never thought. I mean, Nikki she was what she was. I never thought she was gonna. I never really was into the Bellas. We've talked about that. Her match with Becky tried. Becky did all she could in Paris, and it was what it was. So let's see what happens with AJ. She was always good on the mic. I thought she was great on the mic.
I'll give you that
backstage segment. So we know that stuff's going to be good when she comes back. That's the reason why I think that she is going to come back tonight, just because they will, got to get that ball rolling, get people excited about it. And again, Chicago. But
was she the one that skipped in the ring? Like skipped?
Yes, she skipped around the ring. Yeah,
gotcha.
That was when she was the crazy, because she was crazy. Like, her crazy character, she was able to go back and forth with stuff. But I remember when she was talking about, where you guys couldn't lace up my Chuck Taylors. That promo was she was good. I enjoyed, from what I remember of it. Again, could be looking at the rose-colored glasses. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug. But I think one of the reasons why it took. Because Punk came back, almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years ago at the end of October. And people were chanting AJ. I mean, in his first promo back, he even said AJ is, I think he might have called her April, but whatever he said, he's like, she's great and she sends her regards or whatever.
Yeah, people wanted it then. He mostly blew it off to the side, though.
But people wanted it then. And so I feel like if they're, her and Punk are smart people, I feel like she's probably been training with Natty or whatever, and just not been taking pictures, not been posting. Now, she did recently, I think this was at the end of July or early August, did post this picture. So she's jacked. She's in great shape. I'm hoping that they put in great training, and I hope she puts on a great show. Like, maybe she will come back and then tell people, hey, shut the fuck up. Or it'll be like Nikki in Paris and it'll be shit. But at least the storyline's been fun.
Can I ask you a question?
Please.
2025, do we still need to have the picture with the phone in your hand?
I mean, well, I
can take a picture of myself and you don't see my phone in the least bit.
I get you. No,
I'm 59 years old, dude.
No, I don't take a lot of mirror pictures. So
I don't understand the whole mirror picture thing. I don't get it.
Yeah, I respect that. That's a good.
Today's phones are pretty complex, by the way.
They really, really are. You can do a lot of different things with it. Yeah, no, you're right. No, I respect that. I respect that statement.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of crazy,
yes.
You want to take a break and talk about Sunday Spaces real quick?
Yes, crazy? Absolutely. That's no, I'm excited for that. That'll be fun.
This Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern on X, we're gonna have Dr. Gina Passan. I'm not sure how to say her last name. I think it's Passan or Passan. I'll have to ask her.
No, I'm not 100% sure either. Here, give me 1 second. Let me pull up her Twitter profile.
It's POSSIN.
Okay. Yeah. Share screen.
So she'll be with us, and this will be a fun one because we're gonna. You'll get it when we get there. She'll go through her stuff, and she has a couple real cool stories to tell us before we get into her back.
Here's her Twitter profile. Different. Yeah, no, I mean, she's got, PhD, like right there, we've had Dose on, and I know he's a lawyer, so it's pretty good. I mean, I love bringing in people. I love bringing in people that are much smarter than I am. I always say one of my favorite phrases on the planet is if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And I feel like this is great. Like, this is going to be awesome. She's also been interactive with some of our other stuff. She's watched our stuff. She enjoys what we do. So if nothing else, it'll be a fun conversation, psychology about sports, wrestling, all of it. Like, my father was a psychology teacher. I'm really excited about this too. She's nice. And the Bray stuff on her page, like, clearly she's a wrestling fan. Like,
we'll talk about Sunday.
I'm
hint on that.
Look at her pinned tweet. Come on, Gina. I love you, Dr. Gina. I was calling Dr. Gina for now until we know that.
Be careful. Look at her. Look at the size of her husband.
Right. Oh yeah. But that's Bray. I just you can't ask for much more than that as your pinned tweet to be promoting what we're doing. I'm excited. I'm very
this was kind of done just on my little research. And what usually happens is I'll give you a little behind the scenes, folks. What I'll do is I'll book a guest and tell Jake, and Jake will do some research on it, and find some stuff he or she does, and we don't have no research here. We're just
right. This is one of those things where I got a couple of things to maybe talk about, but I just figure asking questions and kind of letting people. I think it'd be similar to the conversation we had with Kevin Apollo. He knows wrestling way better than we ever were going to. So please, so what she knows about wrestling and psychology. Plus, as a fan, I'm excited to see how that kind of intertwines with the psychology, because I know there'll probably be points where like her fandom might overtake what she knows about the psychology with it. It's going to be interesting. I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because when I heard her before, she was breaking down like when you see an X account, like if you see my X account, you see, my name, a little bit of background, stuff like that, and she can break down mine from somebody that just has, Rob 35256 from nowhere, USA, and stuff. It's interesting. It'll be fun.
Right. Plus, she's from Tampa, so that's like wrestling central. So I'm excited to see this, see where the conversation takes us. And as always, that's one of the things I love about what we do, whether we're talking about music or talking about psychology, talking about the law. I don't know. It's fun. I'm very, very excited for that one for sure. That's gonna be a fun time. So please, everybody, tune in this Sunday, 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll put a tweet out. I'll put a tweet out today about it and repost it for it. I know she'll repost it. She's excited for it. So that should be a lot of fun. So.
One of the very few not very few, but a special time where I actually got a hold of somebody and they got back to me within like 2 minutes and said, absolutely, I agree. I showed Jake where I asked her, I go, not, cheap plug. If you want to look at the station first and, look at our channel and maybe subscribe if you like it,
Yeah.
And she texted me back about a couple hours later. Yeah, love your show. Subscribed. I'm good. Thank you. Okay, peace.
Yeah. That was fun to see from my end too. Where it was like you have a new YouTube subscriber and a new Twitter follower, and I saw it was the same name. I'm like, and it was Doctor. I'm like, oh, okay. And then you explained who it was and what's about. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm so excited. So that will be a lot of fun. Got a couple other things cooking too that we're really excited about. That
and I will say, before we wrap up, I hope that things are going well over at the Don Wayne residence.
Yes.
Hopefully he's doing very good, and we send her.
I know everybody's physically okay, and there's the whatever issues of the stuff that
I don't do thoughts and prayers, sir.
Yeah, it's just exactly. I'm not a big fan. Yeah, but that's the moment I heard, I really reached out to him. Just because I'm in the same boat with you. I'm a little bit more than the thoughts and prayers, please. But everybody seems okay, and hopefully everything will be fine moving forward. It's a scary situation, man. There's a lot of storms going on anymore. Like we've had some crazy storms here in Phoenix. I know there was some flooding somewhere I saw on the news.
Bottles said his TV exploded.
Well, yeah, no, and fried the PS5 because I mean the lightning strike. I mean, that's why you have surge protectors. So I feel like anything that was just plugged into a wall probably got popped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just glad everybody's okay and like wasn't something that started a fucking house fire or some shit.
Yeah, I know. We had a lightning storm here 2 years back, and it took down the tree across the street.
Oh shit!
And as soon as I was standing in a different room in this place, and I could hear the thunder and lightning. I see lightning and hear thunder, and I have it at the same time.
Yeah,
it actually moved me off my feet. I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah,
what the hell just blew up in the house?
Right? No, yeah. So we weren't home when it happened, but I remember when that there was a tree at my mom's house that she still lives in that got struck behind her house, and it got struck and split in half and knocked into her cement back wall and knocked over like the cinder blocks and stuff with it. And yeah, they had to dig out the tree and fix the wall and everything. You can still see on the wall like which bricks are different.
Yeah, you can't.
Mother Nature's no fucking
joke, exactly. Exactly right.
No, for sure. But yeah, shout out
to
John
anything
Wayne.
Else? Are we good?
I was just gonna say, I'm like, I don't think so. I think we covered everything.
We covered. You slipped into topics very nicely, by the way.
I try. Hey, we're trying to. That's the thing is, I found a passion, man. This is something that I thoroughly enjoy, and that's why I always, shout out to everybody who subscribes and shares and enjoys what we do. Leaves a comment, whether you like it or don't. Let us know. We're interactive. We're trying to grow. We always want to improve and do more. That's why I enjoy the times that we've had on SC Maniacs.
Yeah, we actually listen to we actually reply to the comments because we learn stuff from the comments.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like in our Raja Jackson segment.
Yep.
The pictures, and it's no offense to you when I say this, the pictures that we had weren't real pictures of what was going on because he was still in the hospital, and you see pictures of him now. He's missing his teeth, and those pictures we were showing weren't right. I mean, it's not your fault.
Yeah, no, that's no
shit we were getting was happening. But people like Brad Becker responded to a comment and said, I think he's still in the hospital. I wrote back, I go, I don't know. We had the picture, and I did.
That's which is one of our other big things. Like, hey, we are not going to always be correct. That's fine. I am not one of those
not
people
a news
who thinks
source.
That we're exactly. And I don't have that much pride or ego where I'm going to defend, where I'm going to put a stake in the ground when I'm wrong. You're like, no, I was right about. No, that's not what this channel is about. That's why we can have discussions and have disagreements and still be able to talk back and forth. And hell, so a lot of times the minds get changed. We're like we're talking with Bottles on the last Spaces, where I forget exactly what it was, but you changed both of them. I was like, you know what? Damn it, George, you're right. And I like it. That's what we do. Hey, that's the fun part of it. So please, everybody, like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment. Let us know. We will always be interactive and having fun, and come out and hang out for the next Spaces. And we will catch you next time, everybody. Peace. Sweet.